Pajamas Vu is coming for PlayStation 4 and PS3, I guess, and Deja Vu is coming for the Xbox consoles. What better way to actually figure out, since everything's going to be in here, is going to be on this disc, or on, yeah, basically on the game. So what better way to review this? And it's like, Andrew, it's like been like how many months already? Like, I should be you should have done this a long time ago. Well, in the words of Big Boss, keep chewing. I shouldn't have wore the headband because he doesn't wear the headband in the game, as you can see. So I don't see the point. I am sorry. Oh yeah, that's the thing. But it's good that he doesn't have the headbands in this one, because it tells me that you have to look at my eyes every time they open. It's creepy. That he already gave it to Solid Snake, which I find awesome, because they're like 12 when this game takes place, and that's always cool. So when this game came out, it was great, being just 2 hours long for the main campaign. It took me 26 minutes to beat it with an A+ rank. But in actuality, it's how you do those 2 hours. Plus it adds an extra hour, maybe an extra 2 hours, so it's a total 4 hours if you think about it, depending on the kind of person you are, of a game. And that's good. I mean, I would rather have a good game that's 2 hours long with side story that's 2 hours long for $30. I don't like people saying $40, or you counting taxes. Now you count taxes. The things you don't want, you count them now. Like Metal Gear, or a bad game that's like 2 hours long. A bad game that's 2 hours long in general for $60 of a time of a mainstream game like Kane Lynch 2. If you see my point, it's how you do those 4 hours. Don't call it 2. There are people who take 4 hours. There's a guy who took a mission to take 5 hours. And then there's a guy who took 8 minutes, and that's just insane. But then again, it was a speed run. It's not a full run. I mean, and like they say, there's tons of replay value. I went back at that mission and played it more than once. I collected all the Fox badges to play the Deja Vu mission, which is just brings him right in from Rising form, and he comes in, and you can't use the sword because the Fox engine, I'll get back to that later, can't handle it. So it can't handle it, and that's why I collect the Fox badges and the replay value with the side missions, S rankings, and you can collect all the achievements too. It's not like those games where it's impossible, especially ones that take, you know, a day or two. Not like a day or two, but like on a certain day, yeah, do that, and you don't have the time. That's not what achievements are about. They're about being difficult or easy to attain or collecting. But I digress. I mean, I'm just a consumer. What would I know? So people are talking about the story. What's the story, Andrew? Why are we playing this game? What's the point of this game? Where's the link up? And will I get a chance to finally play as Big Boss? And yes, I say to fellow consumer who is just like me, weird American, right? So people are telling me, where does this story fit in? Well, it fits in after Rising. Or Rising, well, technically it came after Rising. I mean, it came right after Peace Walker, and it's like 5 years, 1972, and he has to go and Big Boss has to extract Paz from the last game and Chico from the last game, who are locked up in a military encampment from America and Cuba, which is led by Skullface, the one pictured in the back. You go in through all these people and extract people like Chico, who's right here, and extract them, take it back to Mother Base, and then you go pause and extract her from to Mother Base, and that's it. Hey Andrew, how come Metal Gear can't have a good game? Says the swag yellow douchebag kind of type of guy. And if I prefer, Andrew, isn't it like 8 minutes long on normal difficulty, but a little bit 10 hours long on hard difficulty? Says the nerd guy. And to you people who ask that to me all the time, I am willing to give you a legitimate answer to the two of you. to the swag yellow douchebag kind of guy. I'll tell you the reason why he hasn't, because you don't pay attention to it. Literally all the games are good. You can look at praise, you can hear a person who's actually played it, like me, who really loved the series, instead of spending your time playing Call of Duty, Battlefield, Assassin, or Halo. Mainstream games. And to that intellectual gamer type nerd who's only played other mainstream games like Far Cry that made him sound cool, then there's kind of a reason why. It was a speed run. It's not like it's a legitimate game. The game took people 2 hours. Heck, it took a person almost a day, which is more than said than enough. Like Kane Lynch 2. And it's all about the replay value. I mean, just look at this. You have a vast open world to transpire and explore. Literally, it all takes place in one big area, Camp Omega, which is that's all it takes place in. But it's a big enough place. Sure, you'll stay in most areas just around the course of the objectives and all missions, because it all takes place in all missions. Side missions are canon, by the way. All missions. So, in actuality, you're actually gonna stay at one place. So that's essential. That's what I liked about the old Metal Gear games like MGS2. Because with MGS2, I was able to, run from one end of the big shell to another, or vice versa for Shadow Moses. These past games, which are globe-trotting games, starting with MGS4, they are good. They're extremely good games still, but I missed that feature where I was able to run from one place to another, like in the old Metal Gear games, Peace Walker being the one with actual zones. I can run from one end of Camp Omega to the other, and it's open too. And how you escape from, the enemy encampment is how you do. You could take a motorcycle, you could take a truck, no a Hummer though. How you end each mission is how you play out, and it's how you play out the mission. Like my favorite side mission, spoiler again, Mr. Hideo Kojima himself. And I'll give him credit because he calls himself like above and beyond, like Kaz even says. Copyright. Sorry, it fell off the stand. That's a little technical difficulty. I actually let you watch. Kaz says to call this prisoner is underestimated if you call him just a regular informant. And I'll give him credit. He was creative about how he did it and why he did it, especially when he put himself in, which he knew fans of the series would love in general, and fans of him. However, I do have one or two gripes, and some of them just may be nitpicking, because it's not a perfect game. Nothing's perfect, but the graphics engine's so adorable. That's the last thing I'm going to talk about, but for now I'm just going to talk about the nitpicking. Or what you may call nitpicking, but I would just... The fact that, it's right before Fans of Pain, it just leaves on a cliffhanger being what else you're going to do. It just makes me feel a little empty. I have to wait till next year to play the Phantom Pain. Or the fact that I've seen the same shot of him being revived into the coma from Phantom Pain in the beginning of each trailer. And then it shows all the open world. That's going to be, because essentially this game's a watered down version of the Phantom Pain. A damn good watered down version of the Phantom Pain. Which is nothing to be saying anything that's watered down. I mean, you look at the graphics on my screen right here. I mean, they look good on screens if you watch on YouTube, on other channels, or in pictures. That's just how it looks from there. In real life, those graphics you're watching right now are watered down. When you play the actual game, your mind will explode with awesomeness. I can't say that much about most games, because at least the graphics engine in this game isn't as buggy as the graphics engine in this game. So, anyway, since I already covered everything, basically, my final verdict for Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes is a 9 out of 10 on this little sign I made, and it's not reversed this time. It's a private joke of why. It just has everything I expected from this game, ones I've seen before, and it's more important than the others. I recommend going out there for like $10 at a bargain bin. You can get the HD collection, which comes with, oh no, my disc fell out. Yeah, all my discs fell out. Or no, just one of them at least. You can get Peace Walker, you can get 2 and 3, or if you're an exclusive PS3 owner, you can get the Legacy Collection, which comes with a ton of stuff, basically. It has all the games except for the 3 portable ones, which were on the PlayStation Portable, which I see why that was on there. A bunch of extras and things. So I recommend going out that. If you still know, just take it from me. And if I don't usually do this, but if a game's really good, like above a 8.5, I will also do like a defensive thing where if you want me to, you don't have to like or anything, just put it down there in the comments, in that cluster you call a comment section, and just tell me if you want me to defend this game, because there are people giving this game 5s, 6s, average score is like 77, which doesn't make sense. So you don't have to like or anything, you just, put that in the comments. But while you're at it, you can also subscribe to this channel, which should be right there. Or if you're on the phone, right there. Hold it sideways, because you can't do it sideways. So basically, that's it. I mean, take my word for it. I'm not getting paid. I mean, you got 1 quarter, 2 quarter, 3 quarter, 4 quarter, 5 quarter, 6 quarter, 7 quarter. I have enough to buy me nothing. This is what Hideo gave me for this review. I mean, you weren't supposed to see. Take it from me. I know what I'm talking about. 9 out of 10, a must buy. You will go buy it, because I forced you to. And if you don't buy it, he's gonna cry. If you don't subscribe, he's gonna cry. Why do you hate bunnies and want to make them cry? Your person to the right looks really nice. I want you to know that, sincerely. Bye. I didn't know this was paused. Oh well, it's always a good first attempt. What you gotta do now. And if there's any other review you want me to do, just put that in the comment section too. Well, I'm actually gonna say bye this time, because I don't want to be around your stinky butts anymore.